zanzare non è ancora morto? Mamma mia! Hello everyone, hello my dear friends, thank you so much for being here. Today I'm going to talk about things I should have known before moving to Italy. Forse sapete, sono qui in Italia per 6 anni, mamma mia, 6 anni. Allora 6 anni in Itália, egy magyar képzőművész vagyok, Budapestről, és Erasmusszal jöttem ki először, majd aztán itt ragadtam. But this is another video. There are things that would have made my life so much easier if I knew, because if I had known, because once you are moving to another country, there are always difficulties that you are facing with and you want to solve. So this is this video about. The first one is the language. You need to learn and you need to speak Italian when you move here, because Italians doesn't really speak English. There are Italians who speak English, and there are cities like Rome or in Milan, there are more people who are speaking English, but basically they don't. And I talked with a lot of Italians about this topic, and mostly, like everyone is saying, is because of the school system. They just don't teach them well the language, the English language. So if you want to come here, you need to learn it. The movies, in the theaters, in the bakery, in the bank, everywhere, they're going to speak in English, in Italian. And that is okay. I mean, there's no problem. Italian is a really beautiful language, and it's always good to learn new languages because it just opens your mind to the universe, and it's awesome. I didn't speak in Italian when I moved here because I came here with Erasmus, and before I came here, like 2 months before it turned out that I'm going to come here, I was applying for a different country. That is another video about. I will tell you this in another video. Tell me if you're interested. That story, probably you are, and I will tell you that in another video. But I ended up here, so I didn't speak any Italian, like just only ciao and I don't know, buongiorno maybe, I don't know, or grazie, and I think that's it. And that made my life really miserable and difficult, and there were so many humiliating stories, like so many bad things happened with me because of that, and I was really sad and depressed that it didn't felt like home, Italy, because of that. Because that I was, there was this wall against me, between me and the people, and I was not able to make friends. But once I started to learn it by myself, which is still happening, is a long road, you start to feel that you're like swimming up from water, and you start to hear and understand more and more about that person who is talking above the water, and that is basically it. But it's really important, so when you move here, if you want to move here, you learn the language, you know the language. The second one is the bureaucracy. The great bureaucracy. Well, I don't know, it depends on which country you are from. I'm from Hungary, and there the bureaucracy is already really big, but in Italy is way worse. If you want to have an apartment, or if you want to have a job, if you need healthcare or anything, it just takes so much, really so much. So if you are really interested, I will make a separate video about codice fiscale and different kind of cards that you need if you want to live here. But this video is not about that. So it's really big, and there's a saying in Italy which we say, if you need a job, you need an apartment, and if you want an apartment, you need a job. Basically, it is true. Like it's so difficult, and I was really lucky because I came here as an Erasmus student, which is already way easier to handle. People are trusting you more because of that. And I knew a guy who used to live in this apartment who is Hungarian, so he was able to contact with me with this Italian man who lent me his apartment in Macerata, which was great. But yeah, it's really difficult to find an apartment and they are really expensive. And this is the third, I think is the third topic, is that the apartment and how cold it can be in winter. The houses in Italy, all Italy, are built for the Mediterranean weather, which means that the walls are quite cold. They are keeping the cold inside. They are quite dark. The windows usually really small. As you can see, it's in the afternoon and my room is quite dark already. And this is really great in summertime when outside is 45 Celsius, super hot and dry, and it just eats you alive, and you are inside, you're fresh and cool, apartment or house, it's the best, I tell you. But when the winter comes, it can be really cold, and the gas bill is really expensive. It's really cost a lot to heat in Italy. Basically, you shouldn't heat up your house. Well, for us it's working like this, that you're heating up once for an hour or two in the morning and once in the afternoon, like 1-2 hours, or nighttime. So the heating system is not on all day. Like in Hungary I was living like that basically. Well, not totally, but kind of. So the heating bill can be really expensive. So you should be prepared for it. You should have some nice cozy pullovers and drink tea and stuff. You can drink alcohol as well, but I'm not suggesting that. Making friends is a good topic. Once you are speaking Italian, it's way easier to make friends, but if you are after a certain age, around 26, 27, it starts to be more and more difficult, because the people who are in your age doesn't really want new friends anymore, because they have their own groups. So they don't really want new friends, but that's okay. If you are going to yoga class or go to a pottery workshop or stuff like this, then you can find new friends. For me, I was, a lot of people who are living abroad are searching for other foreign people or people who are from their countries, but I'm not really suggesting this. I mean, I never wanted to search for Hungarians. Like, I moved from Hungary because there was a lot of toxic and negative Hungarians around me, and I just didn't want that. So I came here for the adventure, to meet with new people, to open my mind. So I wasn't searching for Hungarians, but I didn't close myself. Like, there were Hungarians who found me, and they are really good friends of mine. But the bad thing about it, that people who are coming from foreign countries, they will move, they will go away, and this is what happened. Like, I have only one Hungarian friends who are still living in Italy, and everyone else just moved, and that is quite difficult, obviously. But yeah, the point is that you should be like open for everyone and for every adventure and experience. Okay, the next point doesn't really bother me, but I think it's quite important to know about Italians, is that they are really loud. If you know me a little bit, then you know that I am really loud as well. So if I say that, then it means that they are really loud. Put this a little bit brighter. It's not a big deal, it's fine, but there are situations that I realize, like when you are at a typical Italian dinner or lunch and the TV is on and the radio is on and like 6 people are talking at the same time, it can be really overwhelming and it's really difficult to follow conversations, so that is like a really good way to exercise the language. Italy is a really big country, so there are dialects, there are different languages, not just Italian. There's another lot of language in each region, so the pronunciation can be different, but also there are different dialects, there are new languages. That it makes the whole thing really difficult. And this is connected to my last point. humans are in general really stereotypical and about or against women. And so if you are a woman, you need to be confident to convince the other person about who you are and what you are, and just talk a lot and talk with confidence and like say what you want to say, and you have to be loud and confident to push through the information you want to give to the other person, because if not, then it's not going to work. That was quite difficult for me, even if I thought I'm a confident person. Like, I'm not rude or anything, so for me, like, I'm always, listening to the other person and then I reply. And with Italians, it's not like this. They are just talking simultaneously, like, yeah. So that one was really difficult to me to get used to and to learn, and I'm still learning it in the end. So I think that's it. I hope that you learned something and it was helpful. Please subscribe and like this video, so then I know that you want this kind of content, because this is really a big topic and there's so many information that I can give you about living abroad and how to and what to do first, and it's really amazing. But I want to make a couple of these because we are in quarantine, so I can sit down and talk and about the things that I know about the country, about what I hate about living in Italy and what I love being in Italy, and what are maybe you want to learn some language, some Italian. I can teach you like some basic words or sentences that you need to learn and stuff like this. It can be interesting. So tell me in the comment sections if you know, or if you like what you want to know. Write me. And thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Ciao!